Ibrahim, and for my passion project I'm going to be comparing the two methods to make a golf iron, cast iron methods and forged methods. I'm also going to be looking at how the golf industry has changed over the past few years. This graph is from a golf equipment store in the USA. As you can see, from 1997 to 2007 there has been an increase in sales. However, from 2007 onwards there has been a steady decline. This is thanks to the decrease of golfers in the US, as you can see in this graph. Now on to the making of the clubs. What you have in front of you is the first step in the cast iron process, making molds. This wax figurine is going to be covered in ceramic, which molten aluminum will then be poured inside. Here the molten aluminum is melted down to a liquid state, ready to be poured into the mold. After the molten aluminum has cooled, the mold is literally obliterated off, as you could see with all the dust in the photo. Factory workers then cut off the remaining gates and runners from the mold. The club head is then grinded off to a polished finish. The last technical tweaks are made and this cast iron club is now ready to be sent out. Now on to the forging process. Mizuno, one of golf's most famous forged club manufacturers, uses a cylinder of carbon steel to start their process. The cylinder is stamped 3 times to form a rough outline of the forged club head. They then use a sort of club head cookie cutter to cut off the excess metal. The club is then precision forged to get the smallest details and then cookie cut again to cut off the excess metals. The club is then tweaked to perfection and ready to be shipped out. The reason why I chose this topic is because I wanted to find out why better players tend to use forged irons over cast iron irons. What I found out is that cast iron irons go from a liquid state to a solid state and forged irons go from a solid state to a solid state. This means that the liquid to solid creates more air in between the molecules. This means that there is less vibration traveling to the player at impact, which gives the player less feedback and less workability on the shot. Forged irons going from solid to solid are more solid. Therefore, there's more vibration with more feedback and more workability to the shot. There's also the question of why higher handicap irons are made out of cast iron. That's because forgery is essentially the stretching or bending of metal, so it limits creativity, while modern day companies use cast iron to create two-piece clubs that innovate the game and introduce a lot more technology to help the higher handicap players. In conclusion, the two methods help innovate the game and help develop the game, and hopefully that will bring back sales and help the golf industry once again, because better players will be able to buy their own irons, while players that are new to the game and introduced to the game will be able to buy their respective irons, and hopefully that will help the golf industry because this is a relatively new idea, and so hopefully within the next coming years the golf industry's numbers are about to boom again.